Hey everyone, it's Jamie from Seasons and Ritual and Independence Street Tarot, and we're here for the midweek Astro Tarot check-in. The moon is still in Scorpio this morning, but it will move into Sagittarius. And so yesterday, you guys, some of you reached out to me and said you had some Uranus moments. Some things came out of the blue that kind of shocked you. And if that is the case, when those things happen, those are happening in order to move us forward, because sometimes they're epiphanies, sometimes they're shocks, but whatever after that, things aren't going to be the same, So the good news is the moon is moving into Sagittarius later today. Before it moves into Sagittarius, while the moon is still in Scorpio, it squares Lilith, who I believe is in Leo, right? And so I see that as taking accountability and like standing up for yourself and having that courage and saying, this is me. Also having self-confidence to be like, I'm not keeping that story around. I have the self-confidence to move forward. So that's a really good energy to have. Then the moon will move into Sagittarius for the rest of the day. And then it'll be there Thursday, Friday. Saturday, it will move into Capricorn. And so the good news about the moon moving into Sag is that it is another mutable energy that we're working with, and we're ending Virgo, which is also a mutable energy. And by mutable energy, because people often ask, what does mutable mean? And mutable means fluid to me. I mean, let me just say that. To me, it means fluid, because all mutable signs move us from one season to the next. And so mutable energy to me is extremely fluid. So here in Virgo season, we're moving from summer into fall. And then as the moon leaves Scorpio, which is fixed water, and fixed signs are very, they're fixed, they're solid. Sometimes they can be known as stubborn if you want, but and they do move, okay, but they just have to have a good reason to move, because usually what they stand up for and stand up in works for them. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying it works for them. So but they do move, they do change. That's why we've been having so much change, and things have been feeling so freaking bananas the past since 2019, if you will, because all these planets, Uranus moved into Taurus, which is fixed earth. Saturn just made its way through Aquarius. Saturn is now in Pisces, and Aquarius is fixed air. So when these planets go and they start moving with these fixed signs, that's when we start getting a lot of movement. That's when we start getting a lot of change. That's when we start feeling like, whoa, everything is changing, right? Everything is shifting. And so the sun is in Virgo, right? The end of Virgo. And Virgo is mutable, again, mutable earth. So it's, earth signs. We won't go into earth signs, but anyway, mutable earth. So earth signs, so it's moving us into fall. The sun will then be in Libra by the end of the week, which is great. We have our fall equinox, which is beautiful. So that's going to happen on the 23rd, and that's really late, for the sun to change signs. Usually the sun changes signs in between the 19th to the 20th to the 22nd at the latest. So the fact that we're starting fall on the 23rd is really late. So the sun is in the final degrees of Virgo. Virgo is mutable. Virgo resolves. Virgo comes up with plans and figures how to get them done. The moon is moving into Sagittarius, out of that fixed water of Scorpio into Sagittarius. Sagittarius is mutable fire. Fix my do. That mutable fire is then going to help whatever came up in that fixed Scorpio. That mutable fire is going to warm you up and get you moving and be like, I can do this. I can do this. And again, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is in Taurus, which is fixed earth. So it doesn't matter. Just know, like, this is all working together. Okay. Jupiter hasn't been in Taurus. The last time it was 12 years ago. So this is a big energy with it being in Taurus. It is retrograde right now. which is fine. Okay. It is going back over how we want to show up, how we want to make money, how we value ourselves, right? Because these are all themes of Taurus. So the moon, who has a good clip and goes through all these signs, is now moving into Sagittarius. So when the moon is visiting Sagittarius, whose ruler is in Taurus, all these themes most likely will come up, right? And how it looks towards you, how it looks to you. Empress energy. So if something came up earlier in the week that you were like, oh, okay, you've got the energy to help move it along. Okay. When the moon will move into Capricorn later, right? That is cardinal fire. No, cardinal. What is Capricorn? Cardinal earth again? Wah. Okay. Sagittarius. Yes, it is cardinal earth because now I'm getting sun and moon. Yes. So it will move into, so the moon went from fixed water to mutable fire right now, Sagittarius, and will move into cardinal earth in Capricorn, right? And so this is really working on the way we work, the way we see things, the way we want to work moving forward. We're going over a lot of this in our heads, and like we said, Helen and I always say, we're not bringing these stories forward. So especially moving into Libra season, which will get us into balance, right? And we work with the moon because the moon moves the fastest, right? And so it is important for you guys to take notes and be like, the moon was in blah, blah, blah this day. How did I feel, right? And that's how we start working with this energy. Look at that change that's coming. And one more, please. So we got the Empress. Two of Pentacles. Oh, look at this. Three of Cups. Wonderful. That's celebration, friends. And that's just in time. Ooh, and look who's at the bottom, Justice, right? And I love that because we're moving into Libra season. At the end of the week, we're moving into this equinox. We're moving into fall. And look, the scales, right? Justice. Libra is an air sign. This is the sword that represents air. So this is a great one to end the week with, friends. So this is a lot of good energy moving towards this Wednesday to the end of the week. And take it with you. Everything is shifting. Everything is shifting so much. So let's start with the Empress, right? And the Empress is the divine feminine. She's the number 3 card, right? And she sits, this is so beautiful. She sits in her moo-moo, right, in the forest, because she is nature, she is earth, right? We always talk about Sophia Gaia. She wears that crown of 12 stars because she is connected to the seasons. She's connected to the constellations. She's connected to how we move within the earth on that energetic level, but also that cellular level. And when the Empress comes up, she's all about divine timing. So if you guys, and I can speak for myself, have been saying like, okay, I am ready for this next step. I'm ready for things to start appearing. She's saying it's here. It's here. It's divine timing. Now is the time. So with that moon moving into Sagittarius, with Jupiter in Taurus, Jupiter is faith, but it's also coming to fruition. And so she's saying now it's coming to fruition. If you had those ideas, now's the time to get them out there. Now is the time to let people know. Now is the time to see yourself as you have been seeing yourself. I know this sounds funny. It's now time to see yourself as you have been seeing yourself moving up to this time. And I know you guys watching this know exactly what I mean. Okay. So this is it. This is your go, right? This is the Empress. It's time, right? It's time. It's a good time too. And she's just saying like astrologically, like everything is lining up for you. So keep that faith and just focus on what it is that you want, because you do have this Two of Pentacles that is here now. The Two of Pentacles is earth. Again, we're ending Virgo season. This is change. And so what are we changing into? We're changing into fall. And guess what's showing up right now? Pumpkins. Hello. So this Two of Pentacles to me is always about change. It is about, because it has this infinity symbol, it is about moving into more of your destiny. So allow that to happen. With the water in the background, I always mention, you know, if you guys can do traveling or overseas travel, look at it. This is the time to do it. This is time to trust it. This is the time to believe in it as well. Okay. And for all my other friends that are nothing about overseas travel, you know, just know, like, there's some ups and downs, but things are still moving, things are still flowing. And I think it's really beautiful too, because that moon has moved out of Scorpio, which is water, right? The sun is still in Virgo, right? And it's moving into Libra season, right? So allow this change to come in. Still see yourself as all the changes that are happening, even if early in the week you kind of got a kick in the pants or kick in the crotch, however you want to say it. All this movement is to get you more abundant. All this movement is to get you more stable. All this movement is to get you to where you want to go. Okay. So keep going with that faith, keep going with what you can make stable. You know, keep trusting in that, because we also have this Three of Cups, and that Three of Cups to me is celebration. The Three of Cups is Spirit's trying to give me a call. Okay, the Three of Cups is celebration. The Three of Cups to me is always the muses, right? The Three of Cups is creativity. It's going back to that water again, right? Love. And then again, like a great sign with the pumpkins, right? The great sign of we're moving into fall. So what you can celebrate how far you've come, celebrate to this energy of where you're going, right? Bring in the muses, bring in all sides of you, bring in, you know, being smart, being loving, being practical, right? Being creative, all those things, being, you know, fiery, all those things, bring them in and start celebrating that this is all you, right? Because Empress, right? Divine timing, she's here. So the change is here. The change you've been asking for is here. So let's celebrate that change. And also that celebration tells me start, you know, they always say act as if, live as if. Okay, let's start acting, celebrating as if I did land this. You know, I am abundant. I am seeing the way out of this. I am getting new ideas. You know, I am meeting the new people in order to get me to where I am supposed to be, right? All those things, because at the bottom of the deck, we have justice. And when justice comes in, we pull two major arcana, which is a great sign to start and end with, right? Because when justice comes in, justice talks about it being balanced for a long time. So this new energy that's coming in, that you're embracing and that you're putting back out there, is going to be here for a long time. It also talks about this idea of any wrongs from the past being justified, right? Being balanced out. You being able to be heard. You've been being able to be seen. Your side getting a good understanding, when maybe in the past there was that victim energy, or you felt like, I'm not going to speak up because no one's going to believe me anyway. This is saying it's time to speak up. It's time, right? It's time to speak up. People are seeing you for who you are. People are listening. But also, if the idea is you keep butting up the same story over and over again, it's also okay to pack your bags and just leave, okay? And start where it is that you want to start, right? Again, it's still time. It's still time. There is so much movement, you know, celebrate the fact that you can just get the hell out of Dodge, because you know whatever decision you're making is going to make you balanced and happy, and you don't give an shit when anyone else thinks, right? Like you done it, bye, got the postcard, got the PTSD, now it's time to leave. Okay. Oh, I'm telling you, if you don't laugh at your own jokes, no more. Okay. So tap into this justice, right? Tap into this new beginning, tap into this balance, right? Tap into these new ideas, cut those old ideas out, use that sword as much as you can, right? To cut out the old, to bring in the new, because it's all here, you guys. We're marching to the equinox, right? Welcome fall. Okay. So, but till then, stay very present that we're at the very end of summer. We're at the very end of a cycle. We're at the very end of a season, and have reverence for that. Okay. All right, friends, until next time, if you guys want to reach out to me, you can via my link tree that will be on the bottom. Like and subscribe, all those things, and give yourselves a pat on the back. You know, we did good this summer. We did a great job. And so let us reflect on that, give ourselves a lot of love for that as we move into fall. Okay, friends, until next time.